not meant to be an employee. I genuinely don't think I'm meant to be an employee because yes, hello, I'm the idiot that quit her 90K, almost 90K job in North Carolina, was able to afford a luxury apartment all by herself, lived by myself, and then quit said job, moved to New York, and is now working minimum wage at a coffee shop for $16.50 an hour. Why did I do that, you ask? Who knows? Actually, I know. I was miserable and burnt out, and being an auditor was just not for me, and I needed to get back to New York. Am I happier in New York? Yes. Am I poorer in New York? Also, yes. Such is life. So it's been 3 shifts so far at my new job. I thought I'd be a barista. I'm a glorified sandwich maker. No, I'm literally a sandwich maker. It's like a bagel shop, and I'm making sandwiches all day. Here's the thing. I've worked in the service industry ever since I could have a job. The only time I haven't worked in the service industry, specifically with food, was my first job as an intern at a law firm in New York City, and the past 2.5 years when I was in corporate doing auditing. First, I was an IT auditor at a Big 4 accounting firm. Then I was an internal auditor at a small bank. Working at the coffee shop feels better than corporate just because feels like what I do actually and I can talk to people. However, I forgot how irritating it is to my soul. And
Bro, I'm all for somebody pursuing their dreams, you know what I'm saying, and everything like that. Hey, please go chase them. We only got one life to live and everything like that. But this right here is a little extreme. I ain't even gonna lie. I will never tell nobody to do nothing that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because think about it, bro. You talking about you was making 90 bands over here, and then over here you're making 16. Bro, that's like a $60,000 pay cut. You making about 30 grand a year with that 1650, maybe a little bit over. You know what I'm saying? From 90 bands, bro, that's a $60,000 pay cut. Who do that? Nah, bro, I ain't encouraging nobody to do nothing. It's dumb. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, not calling her a dummy, because at the end of the day, she got her own vision. But this a dumb situation, bro, because the average person do this, bro, they're going to be on the po house for the rest of their life. Because they ain't going to know how to get back to the top. So hopefully she able to do those things. But nah, bro. You know what I'm saying? I believe in stepping out on faith, and I know people who didn't done it. You know what I'm saying? And they actually successful now. So I ain't saying don't have a vision or don't have nothing like that. But me personally, I'm stepping out on my journey with this 90 bands I'm making, just in case things don't work out. I got this to fall back on. But I ain't stepping out there on no minimum wage, and then things get bad, and then guess what? I'm on the streets, bro. Cause that's what I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be homeless on the streets, bro. If anything go wrong, 1650 barely enough to pay the bills. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about it in reality, bro. You know what I'm saying? What's that? What's 16? 17? Round it up to 17, bro. You know what I'm saying? 17 times 4, right? What? 68? You feel me? Come on, dog. That's $680 a week before taxes. After they get through taking out the taxes, you know they finna bust you over the head. You looking probably 4-something 5. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making enough money to survive off that, bro. Not rent 15, 16, 17, whatever it is. And I'm pretty sure in New York it's way higher than it is in whichever one of the Carolinas and she was at. You know, in New York I know it's higher than that because that's the South, bro. So no, I don't think this was a good idea. Hopefully she make it on her journey, but this might have been one you probably gonna regret, bro. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what else she got to say in the story, and then we'll come back to it.
maybe it just became irritating to myself, but the thought of telling someone or even asking or telling another adult, hey, can I use the bathroom? I gotta go to the bathroom. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not mad at an individual person. They didn't make up, it's busy, it's a place, we need to let each other know if we're leaving. However, as a grown adult, having to share that with other grown adults doesn't feel good in my soul. I'm not meant to be an employee. I genuinely don't think I'm meant to be an employee because having to tell other adults, having to ask permission to take time off, having to tell them that I'm gonna go pee, it doesn't sit right with my soul. Now, what is the game plan for Miss 1650 an hour? This job should be enough to cover all my bills. How do I know that? Because I budget and tracked it. I have the tracker in my linked in my bio, so I know what my bills are, and they should be in around anywhere from $1,500 to $2,000 a month, depending on how frivolous I am with my spending. I need to get rich by yesterday though, because I don't like not having money. I was making about $4,200 a month. The plan is.
Hold on, bro. Did she say she was making $4,200 a month? Let me rewind this real quick. See,
32. I don't like not having money. I was making about $4,200 a month. The plan.
Yeah. She said she was making $4,200 a month. That ain't no 90 bands, bro. You know what I'm saying? That's around 50. You know, I don't know. Maybe she's talking about a different job. Let's just get a benefit of the doubt. You know what I'm saying? Because Or maybe she can't add that well. You know what I'm saying? But $4,200 a month ain't no 90 racks, bro, unless you're working a whole lot of overtime, you know what I'm saying? And I do get her on the part where she talking about the authority part, because, I mean, me as a man, I got the same problem. I have a problem with authority, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't talking about not following the rules or nothing like that, but it's like she said, having to ask somebody to use the bathroom. Man, I got a problem with that, but just about every job you go to gonna be the same way, bro. You gotta respect it that way. And if not, put yourself in the owner's shoes. Same thing, right? Somebody else gonna be coming to you asking you to go to the bathroom. It's the same thing, bro. So I think that's just part of being polite. Hey, I need to step away. You know what I'm saying? You take care of the customers until I get back or whatever. Woo woo. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But I do have the same problem. So I can't say she wrong for thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? But I do want to see which direction she headed in. Because at the end of the day, the story might get real interesting, bro.
And is to replace that salary, at least make 5,000 a month through social media. By when? By June. By the time my lease is up. I'm re-signing, but by the time my lease is like up in June. Do I think I made the wrong decision? No, I don't. Do I regret making the decision? No, I don't. Do I like making this amount of money? No, I don't. Do I like the job? I like it more than auditing. I wish I was making coffee. I'm applying to other jobs still, and I am going to contact bars because I actually really just want to be a bartender. I want to just talk to drunk people and give them little drinky drinks and make little tips. I think. I don't know. I don't like being 24, but I hated being 23. I know that this is the right path. I feel good in my choices. I don't enjoy working per se, but I'll do it. And I wish, when I make it, not if, when I make it, I wish somebody would say that I didn't deserve it, nor that I didn't work for this. I'm over here throwing out garbage again. I'm out here throwing out garbage, making sandwiches for people. When I make it, though, it's gonna feel so good. But right now, I need a nap.
Yeah, bro, I think she just tweaked off bad. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, if your whole thing was you wanted to become an entrepreneur, and because either way it go, we're gonna talk about that part. Because let's talk about the entrepreneurship on social media. At the end of the day, if you wanted to become that, you could have still kept the job, the 90K, and recorded your videos later. You know what I'm saying? Whatever days you off, in between time, you got a little time here, you could have recorded your videos then. You know what I'm saying? I can see if you was already on the come up on social media, like, man, I'm booming. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's either this or that. The job's slowing me down. Now I got to go and go with my move. But you took a leap of faith and jumped on out there and say, I'm gonna make minimum wage, and then it sounded to me like you really in the stages where you confused. You know what I'm saying? Because you took that leap of faith and now you're saying you don't really know what you want to do, this and that, want to work, but you do know you don't like authority, and then you do know you want to do social media. Man, you could have done that making the 90 racks, bro. It would have been much better that way. If not, become your own entrepreneur. Wouldn't it be better if I'm making down $100,000, bro, and I got the money. You know what I'm saying? All I got to do, if I ain't got my credit right or different thing, now I just got to get my credit right and different things of that nature, and then I could go start me some businesses on the side, and hopefully they prevail, and then, you know what I'm saying, if not, I still got my job to fall back on, because sometimes businesses just don't work out. I done seen it. Been in business for a long time, bro, and sometimes they fail. You know what I'm saying? You got to start all the way back over from scratch. It ain't no guarantee just because I got in this business, it's going to thrive. It just ain't no guarantees in nothing, bro. Ain't no guarantee in life, but you're going to leave here. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the only thing promised to us. Oh, but this the thing. I would rather, me personally, I'm going to start my business ventures making this 100 bands, bro. And if things don't go right with my businesses, guess what? I still got my 100 bands coming in. You know what I'm saying? To try again. If I wholeheartedly believe in that, then I'm going to keep trying. But I ain't finna give up all this, what I'm blessed with, and then jump on a leap of faith, and then the leap of faith just don't work. Because you could have that same leap of faith with the 90,000 or the 1650, but it make more sense with the 90 racks, bro. because I believe in myself that much. The same way you got the confidence to say, hey, I know I'm going to make it. I salute you because, hey, if you don't got the confidence, ain't nobody going to have it for you. So I do get that, and I applaud you for that. But at the end of the day, it's like whatever you wanted to do in life, I think that's a hell of a head start. You know what I'm saying? And, you can't tell nobody what decisions to make. Unfortunately, I felt like it was a bad one, but she felt like it was a great decision. So ain't nothing wrong with that. Hopefully it worked out. I would like to follow her story and see how well did that work out, because and maybe I think like this because I'm a man, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, me and we gonna think, look, like, I'm not quitting no job. I don't care if I'm unhappy at the job, don't like what they got going on, in here arguing for all that. I'm gonna be trying to find something else before I just bounce. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of equivalent to the pay, because I got things I got to take care of, especially if I got a family. You know what I'm saying? If I got them depending on me, I can't make certain moves without having them in my thought process, because every move I make gonna affect them too. So maybe that's just me being a man or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, to her defense, I have seen people jump out there and they getting it now. You know what I'm saying? They took that leap of faith and they checking. So I never tell nobody to not take the leap of faith. It's just that this type of situation was like, you real brave. And I really salute this woman for doing that, because you in your mind, you know you gonna make it, and I really pray you do. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that was a hell of a jump. But y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, bro.